In the tense hours before Israeli warplanes launched a dramatic strike deep into Iranian territory early Friday, President Donald Trump had one clear message: don't do it. "I don't want them going in because, that would blow it," Trump said, referring to his ongoing diplomatic efforts to curb Tehran's nuclear ambitions. But Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ignored the warning, setting in motion a military confrontation that risks engulfing the entire Middle East.
Well, I'd love to avoid the conflict. Iran's going to have to negotiate a little bit tougher, meaning they're going to have to give us some things that they're not willing to give us right now. I'm the last person. I've kept us out of wars.
The strikes, which reportedly targeted Iran's primary nuclear enrichment site in Natanz, missile infrastructure, and killed 2 senior Iranian commanders, have now thrust Trump into one of the most consequential foreign policy crises of his presidency. With tens of thousands of US troops deployed across the region, the risk of American entanglement has escalated significantly. And yet, this was no surprise.
There's a chance of massive conflict. We have a lot of American people in this area, and I said, we got to tell them to get out because something could happen soon. And I don't want to be the one that didn't give any warning.
According to senior officials, Trump and his aides were aware for days that Israel was preparing a unilateral military operation. The president, increasingly wary of foreign entanglements and determined to avoid another costly conflict, had personally urged Netanyahu to hold off, both publicly and privately. But Netanyahu, under political pressure at home and deeply distrustful of Iran, ignored the appeals. In a nationally televised address Friday morning, he framed the Israeli offensive, dubbed Operation Rising Lion, as a defensive necessity.
Tonight, Israel backs those words with action. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear enrichment program. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear weaponization program. We targeted Iran's main enrichment facility in Natanz. We targeted Iran's leading nuclear scientists working on the Iranian bomb. We also struck at the heart of Iran's ballistic missile program. Last year, Iran fired 300 ballistic missiles at Israel.
Within hours, retaliation was underway. Israel's military confirmed that Iran had launched more than 100 drones toward its territory, prompting a full activation of Israeli aerial defense systems.
In the last few hours, Iran has launched over 100 UAVs from its territory and towards the state of Israel's territory. All aerial defense systems operate to intercept the threats. It is important to adhere to the Home Front Command's instructions. They save lives. This is different from what we have seen so far. We are still in for rough hours. We must be resilient and patient.
Caught between conflicting interests, Israeli escalation and American restraint, the Trump administration responded with a carefully worded, strikingly distant statement.
Tonight, Israel took unilateral action against Iran. We are not involved in strikes against Iran, and our top priority is protecting American forces in the region.
Devoid of traditional expressions of solidarity, the statement made clear: this is Israel's war, not America's. That message is likely to inflame tensions between Trump and Netanyahu, whose relationship has soured in recent months. While some Republican lawmakers, like Senator Lindsey Graham, rushed to applaud the Israeli strike, others inside the administration remain wary of being dragged into yet another Middle Eastern conflict without a clear American interest. With missiles in the air and diplomacy on the ropes, one fact remains clear: Netanyahu went to war, not just against Iran, but against Trump's express wishes. And now, the region may pay the price.